John, the Masters is the big story in sports. Rain delay to start on Thursday morning, finally underway. But the big storyline at Augusta, John, has to do with the civil war between LIV, PGA. Most of the star big names are playing under the banner of LIV taking all the Saudi money. There's hardly any recognizable names now from the PGA Tour that are part of the Masters Golf Tournament that you say, wow, they could win. I guess the storyline would be, is Scottie Scheffler going to continue his dominance on the PGA Tour? Jon Rahm, who took the money and went to Saudi Arabia, is he going to be a big-time player going forward in the Masters? He, of course, now is earning all that money at LIV. The other big storyline is the merger talks are still going on, but, John, they seem to be stalled, and this is a big issue. Nobody's watching the LIV on TV here in the States. They're playing in all these different countries and a few tournaments on the Trump courses in the U.S. They're virtually being ignored despite having all the stars, and the TV ratings for the PGA have plunged. Besides outside of Scottie Scheffler and Xander Schauffele, there's not a lot of recognizable names on the PGA Tour, so therefore people aren't paying as close attention as they used to. And they're still arguing about things like the world golf rankings. LIV players are not ranked because World Golf does not recognize their team format. The team format versus medal play has continued to be an arguing point in the merger talks. You add into the equation that there's a certain segment of the guys on the PGA Tour want penalties sanctioned against Dustin Johnson and Phil Mickelson and Koepka and Rahm for violating their tour card and taking the big money in Saudi Arabia. They don't want those guys back unless they pay a penalty fee to get back in. This is so complicated. And it's also fueled by the argument that LIV wants to continue team play. The PGA people says nobody pays any attention to team play. They want to see medal play. This is so complicated. So that's the atmosphere, in addition to the rain at Augusta, that we're dealing with. There's so many differences and obviously still a significant amount of ill will. Rory McIlroy has changed his opinion. He wants everybody together, but there are guys on the PGA Tour. Scottie Scheffler one says, no, we're not going to let them back in as if they did nothing to our tour because they've really damaged the PGA. So this is where the Masters is teed off, and it's like a dog with cans tied to its tail running down the street making all the noise. All these topics are tied to the golf bags of the guys that are playing at the Masters this week. And there seems to be no solution. It's already April. They've gone by 2 deadlines. They thought they'd have the merger talks done. This is not good for golf. This will be a great weekend for golf because all the names are there playing, but this is not good for golf. John?
Well, it's funny that Scottie Scheffler is upset. You know, of course he doesn't want to see all those big names rolling in and competing with him. He's got him and Xander and a bunch of minor leaguers, and he likes that. This is such a blown opportunity because there have been so many different eras of golden ages in golf. You know, even just going back to the Tiger and Phil, but we can go back to Jack Nicklaus and all the superstars throughout the years. And even when it wasn't super duper stars, it was still a great tournament, a great tour. What the hell is going on? These guys are killing their own golden goose.
All the Saudi money, the blood money. That's the big difference in the equation because they have all the stars and nobody is paying attention to them. They're off the radar of the golf fans here in America, and what's left behind are a couple of real established guys who stayed loyal to this tour and an awful lot of young bucks that are trying to make a name but don't have much identity. That's where it is as they tee off at the Masters at Augusta. We'll continue to follow the story as we go through, but there's as much news off the course as there is tee to green at Augusta.